tarot and or oracle card reading for all signs. This is going to be a love reading. So if this popped in front of your eyes, you know, if you found this reading, I would assume this is definitely meant for you, that this was Spirit's way of getting you a message. Here on YouTube, I'm still rather small. I do most of my lives and everything on TikTok, so that's more built up. But here on YouTube, I'm still relatively small. So if you're finding this message, this is probably Spirit's way of making sure that you get it by popping it on your feed. Okay, so we're gonna just dive in. If you have not yet read my disclaimer and you want to, it should be in the description box below. Keep in mind this is a general collective reading, not a one-on-one, not a personal. So you still need to use your intuition to know if it's for you ultimately, or what parts are for you. But if you want a little help on that, I do personal readings. If you, after watching this reading, want a personal reading, I would definitely recommend that. I have a lot of good reviews. You can check out on my website if you're on the fence and you want to read what people thought. There's little reviews under each item, but you can find the information in the description box below to my website and get it on my website. Okay, so let's dive in and find out what Spirit wants you to know about your love life. Okay, we have right now, you guys are building a strong foundation, long term. So at this point, I don't know if this is for people that are back together yet, or people that are still in separation, but this is talking about how it is or will be creating a delicate balance between the two of you. By setting boundaries, a delicate, says strike a balance between freedom and commitment. So a delicate balance needs to be created here. And then I said strong foundation because all these rocks, you know, are being built up. So you need to build a strong foundation, but look at how, you know, it is a delicate balance here. So maybe in the past, there wasn't equal reciprocity. We have give and take here. So you need to focus on going on into the future, focus on creating this delicate balance between give and take, equal give and take, between, you know, being committed to each other, but not to the point where you're codependent, clingy, needy. Okay. So if this person's clingy with you, you need to set boundaries, or if they're not committed enough, you need to set boundaries. So that is your advice so far if you're getting this message. They're telling you that ultimately your actions will assist you in creating your future. It says paint the future here. So create, enjoy, and savor. So as you're creating this future with this person, as you're building a strong foundation, make sure that you take the time to enjoy and savor each moment, even the little moments. Okay, so if you're in separation, they're telling you this for when you guys start to talk again. Look at this on the bottom, sunset sailing, and this says, once you harness love's power, it's yours forever. So once you guys come, you know, if you're in separation, once you guys come into union, or if you're together with your person, once you work on this delicate balance, achieve this delicate balance, it will be yours forever, lasting. But they're telling you right now, you're making progress as you probably at this point, if you're in separation especially, it'll be if you're like working on your own internal work, your shadow work, that is helping you. If this person comes to you and you have to set boundaries, that is helping you set a firm foundation for the future. They're wanting you to, in some ways, don't give up on this, but at the same time, they don't want you to like cling to it. don't like hang on and cling to it. They want you to release the past and let yourself love again. So I don't know if this is, so far as, we just started the reading, but I don't know if this is with somebody you're in separation with and then you're going to get back together with, or if this is you needing to release the past so that you can let something new come in. But we do have at least showing me that you probably have a pattern where you are either the runner or the chaser here, because we have this delicate balance needing to be created and maintained. And like I said, if you're the runner, then you would need to work on that. If you're the person that's kind of chasing, if you're the person chasing and you have a runner, you would need to set boundaries. But if you're the person running, then you need to work on that. They want you to trust your intuition with regard to this situation, to guide you. This particular love situation might have something to do with your soul purpose, your destiny, because it says life path on the inner compass card. But ultimately, right now, with Paint the Future, I feel like you're manifesting this with delicate balance. I feel like as time goes on, that is part of how you're going to be creating a better situation for yourself, a more firm foundation, by setting boundaries, by working on the equal give and take in the relationship. But again, the Paint the Future card is pointing out that as you move forward, don't forget to enjoy the small moments. And then with sunset sailing, maybe you're gonna go on a boat here or do adventurous things with this person. Make sure that you enjoy that moment. You're not so busy worrying about the future. Live in the moment. And even if you're in separation with this person, do get out and do things that are exciting and enjoy it. Live in the moment. Looks like you are making progress forward, even if that's just you working on yourself. But you are being encouraged to release the past and let yourself love again. Stay open, stay receptive, and trust your intuition. So we have this card coming out that's talking about how somebody, either you or your person, might feel misunderstood. They're probably going to be spending a lot of time alone thinking about their mistakes. They are potentially feeling like a bit of a lost soul right now, maybe even a little bit of a victim complex. Okay, so tell us more about that, Spirit. Okay, and so this person is feeling, now or into the near future, is going to be feeling very overwhelmed. This could be you, this could be your person. With hanging on, I mean, it could be you. Somebody's at their breaking point. Somebody's feeling like it's the final straw. They're at their limit with something. They're feeling overwhelmed. Tell me more about that, spirits. But this person, whoever this is, we do have the keyword victim here. So this person might be feeling like a victim and not taking responsibility for their part in it. I don't know if that's you or your person, but if it is you, remember we do have the delicate balance card, which is asking you to do what you can to create this delicate balance. So it could be just you setting boundaries, but always be sure that you're releasing the past here, that you're taking responsibility for what you can to make the situation better. But I feel like this could be your person feeling like this, and Spirit saying somebody, is exhausted, overwhelmed, exhausted, drained. This is a very long journey that we're on. So this, usually a lot of my readings, almost all of them, well, probably all of them are twin flame readings. So this is probably a twin flame reading. And yeah, it's a long ass journey. It's very hard. So you or your person are exhausted at kind of a final straw, a breaking point. But I do see somebody coming in for an apology. So I'll leave that up to you to decide if you're the one that needs to apologize, or if, you know, if you're waiting on an apology. We do have somebody returning. So this is probably, I mean, this could very well be your person that's kind of exhausted and at a breaking point and stuff, but you're probably feeling that way as well. Kind of burnt out here. But I feel like the apology is probably your person coming in and is going to apologize to you. You have them returning, saying they're sorry. But if that's the case, then you were being asked to release the past and let yourself love again. So this is becoming more clear. When I first started the reading, I wasn't sure if this was going to be one of those readings where, you know, you're asked to release the past so that someone new can come in. But it seems like they're talking about somebody coming back for an apology, or even if it was you needing to make the apology. So this is probably one of those twin flame situations where, you know, you guys would be getting back together, but you have free will. You don't have to. So let's see what else we have here. This person was being very prideful. They were stuck in their ego, very arrogant, maybe even stubborn. Okay, so I'm almost putting these cards over here. So I feel like this person who's feeling misunderstood, as I get into the reading more, it becomes more clear. This person who is this lost soul right now, who might have a victim mentality, is probably your person. And they might be feeling exhausted. They might be feeling like they're at their last straw, but they're still in their pride and ego. They can't see their part in things. But over here with apology, I think, you know, in time, especially if you're on a twin flame journey and they're going to go through the awakening process, in time, they're going to be able to see their part in it. But because we do have some cards in the beginning about, you know, striking a balance between freedom and commitment, boundaries, give and take, there's probably some things you need to do as well. And if you're the divine feminine, obviously, it says here to strike a balance between freedom and commitment. So it's like, yeah, you want commitment probably if you're the feminine, but, and then you're probably dealing with the masculine runner, but that your part in that is setting boundaries. You know, not letting them come and go without commitment, giving them some space, not clinging too much, right? So there is a part in it for you, even if you feel like you're the victim, if you feel like, you know, you can't help how they're treating you, well, you can by setting boundaries. So once you guys figure this out, though, with this sunset sailing card, once you harness love's power, it's yours forever, lasting care and progress. I feel like once, you know, you guys get this set up, it'll be a lot easier to maintain the balance, and you guys will be good, you know, probably for the rest of this life. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, it's life, but it's going to be a lot easier than it was in the past. Somebody felt abandoned, somebody felt left out, somebody walked away from somebody was left out in the cold. Tell me more about that, spirits. And because you guys were fighting there, and at the moment you guys may have seemed incompatible. If you're twin flames, eventually you guys would probably get on the same page after you both work on yourselves, but in the moment there were too many differences. There was clashing, there was conflict. Tell me more. But your person is or will be daydreaming about you, fantasizing about you. Okay, so feeling abandoned. Now, if you're the feminine that's watching and, you know, you're dealing with the masculine, you probably felt abandoned because you probably have abandonment wounds, but they might have as well. But we do have the card trying again, new direction, start over coming in. So that's the second time that we have a card that's suggesting your person might come in and want to start again. Okay. Want to try again, want to start over with you, want to apologize. Okay, so it looks like at some point in the future, they're going to be learning and growing and taking responsibility for their part in it. But there might be a time before this happens, before they're ready to be fully committed, to have done all the work and be ready to give you what you need, where they're kind of hot and cold, where they're conflicted. They might even have multiple choices, different things they could do here, and they're feeling conflicted. Eventually, they're going to have some kind of realization. I mean, this could be you, you know, if you're the masculine watching this, you could put it where it fits, but chances are you're probably the feminine, and this is talking about your masculine. Having a realization, having an epiphany, having an awakening that leads them to realize you are their soulmate, that they love you deeply, that you have a connection that they can't have with anybody, and we have the keyword unity here, so them wanting union with you. All right, we're going to do a couple more cards, and then I'm going to end the reading. If this sounds like something you're going through and you want more, you want a personal, you can get that on my website. It's www.bossasswitch1111.com. You can see that in the description box below. I do personals. People love my personals. They're pretty much like this, but you'll know it's your energy. It's a little different than a collective, right? And they're about an hour long for $30. I do have longer readings. Well, I mean, the longer the better, because the more time we have, the more cards we can pull, the more information we can get. But if you don't have the money for a longer one, a $30 one can get you a lot of good information. All right, so what else before we end this part of this general collective reading? Make sure you're following, hit the notification bell if you're not already. If you feel like this is your energy and you want to get more information as I put out more videos. Okay, what else, spirits? This is my Romeo and Juliet deck. All right, what else? Yeah, there was a misunderstanding. So some of your problems were just a misunderstanding at the time. It may have felt like you were incompatible. Now, if you're twin flames, it's an energy thing. There's really not much you can do when you're having that, the triggering phase. It's meant to be. So, but it might have felt like a misunderstanding, misinformation. Okay, so it looks like if the energy keeps going the way it's going, your person's going to come back in at some point and want to start over and want to apologize. Right now, they're probably feeling maybe having a dark night of the soul, or that could be energy into the near future here. It's really going to be about building a strong foundation. Like I said, with that first card, talking about needing to have a delicate balance between, you know, giving each other freedom, but also being committed. So, you know, commitment as far as maybe not being with other people, but not being too clingy and not, you know, feeling like you own the person or something. So not being codependent. This misunderstanding, we have firm rejection. So your person might have seen boundaries as a rejection, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have set boundaries, because that is part of the process, but maybe they needed to go be by themselves to think about it and have these realizations, understandings where there was a misunderstanding, but it wasn't your rejection. Yeah, they saw this as unrequited love. If you set boundaries with them, they took that as you didn't care, that you didn't want them, that you were rejecting them. However, like I said, you are supposed to set boundaries if you're the feminine. You can't not set boundaries because of fear, out of fear. You have to do it anyway. As long as you're lovingly doing it and trying to communicate clearly that it's not a rejection. So maybe that's needed as well if they do come towards you to communicate. But this person, I feel like they're going to have dreams about you or signs or synchronicities, because we have the dream card, but this particular dream card talks about a prophecy. It says prophecy, hint, guidance, oracle, reveal, symbolize. And it says, I dreamt my lady came and found me dead and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. And it's so crazy with this card because, you know, the divine masculine is known as the emperor in the tarot card deck. So this is an interesting card. You know, it's basically saying, I feel like he's having dreams, or he will be having dreams, or, you know, guidance. Or with oracle here, he could be getting tarot card readings in the future. Something that's going to lead and guide him to have these realizations. To have him kind of go through an awakening period and realize his part, that, you know, if you set boundaries with him, it wasn't a rejection, it wasn't unrequited love, that you were just trying to balance things out. So that is what Spirit wants you to know for now. We have determination on the bottom. So they want you to stay determined, to be firm. This says courage, perseverance, no more indecisiveness, firmness. So I do think even if he took it as a misunderstanding or rejection, you should still continue to set boundaries. Don't let him come back and let him walk all over your boundaries, but just try to communicate clearly that this isn't a rejection. This is me trying to have a more balanced relationship, because I do want you, you know, but I can't be with you if things aren't balanced, you know. But I'm going to go back to the beginning and just remind you that this is, with Paint the Future, this is you manifesting how things are going to be in the future by you participating, by you setting your boundaries if need be. But at the same time with that card, they do want you to enjoy the journey. So make sure that whether you're with your person or not, you're taking time every day to enjoy yeah, so I'm burping, which means there's shadow work to be done. So you need to do some shadow work. Your person needs to be doing some shadow work. But try to enjoy even the lessons. Try to enjoy everything. Gratitude, expressing gratitude, living in the moment does lift your vibrations, which will help bring the two of you together. But again, with the Sunset Sailing card, they're basically saying once you do this work and come together and finally you're finally at that point where things are balanced, it's going to be smooth sailing from then on out, okay? But just make sure you're doing what Spirit tells you to do in these readings, because they are trying to lead and guide you to union with your twin flame, with your person. Well, I don't know if this is a twin flame reading. We don't have any twin flame cards, but it probably is. So that's up to you to know. But yeah, so they're also asking you not to cling, not to hang on. So, you know, kind of let things flow. Trust that in time, things are going to balance out. And release the past as far as like the negative feelings. You know, keep the lesson, but release the past, the negative feelings. Be ready to let yourself love again when the time is right. Now, if your person comes back, still not respecting your boundaries, still kind of doing something wrong there, you know, keep setting your boundaries. But at some point in the future, you guys should balance out and you guys should be ready for union. And at that point, you're going to be asked to let that love back in, but trust your instincts for now to tell you when they come back. Is it time or is it not? Trust your intuition to guide you. Okay? And if you need help with that, like I said, I do personal readings. A lot of people love them and they take a lot of value from them. So you can get that information in the description box below. I will see you in the next reading. Bye.